Hey guys, Randy Howell here. Man, Morizo, Shimizu, all I can say is he's always been my favorite Japanese buddy on the tour. A lot of good years out here. He's a great fisherman. He's a first class professional angler. Always the kind of guy that researched, found his own fish, never pole jumped anybody. He's always just one of those clean, good fishermen that I've always respected a lot. We're gonna miss you a lot, Morizo. You guys in Japan, take care of Morizo over there because he's a good one, all right? Take care, God bless.
So who was Morizo to me? You know, obviously everybody knows him from Big Mama, those days at Guntersville when he caught all those giant fish, but to me, he was a lot more than that. He was a great angler, a quiet angler, and it was somebody that I enjoyed being on the water with because I always knew Morizo was a stand-up guy. You know, if he was fishing 100 yards over here or 100 yards over here, he would never encroach on you. I just truly respected him. You know, I always respected his water. He always respected mine. We fished beside each other a lot of times, and just somebody I truly I got a ton of respect for because he was a great angler, a great individual inside, and you never had to worry about him getting on your stuff. And I'm gonna miss him. He's a good dude.
Hey Morizo, I heard this is your last tournament here at the St. Lawrence, so man, what a good one to end on. It's a great fishing up here, so I've always appreciated you know, how you've always smiling, you know, you're always happy, always excited to be out there on the water, and you know, you've always been very professional out there too. You know, anytime you've been in an area where I've at, maybe you know, had a chance to come in there, you've never ever done that, so congratulations on having a great career here in the U.S. and you know, best to you and your family as you head back to Japan and start the next part of your career.
Morizo, Big Mama. I love Morizo. I love his attitude. No matter how bad a tournament he may be having or a great a tournament, he's always the same. He's a smile on his face, and of course I do the deal where I whisper to him a few words in English, and he probably sometimes has no idea what I'm saying, but he takes it and runs with it. The crowd loves it, and he's just a great guy, super angler, and we just love having him.
Morizo will be so missed on the Elite Series, and for so many reasons. There's so many different people who have different roles on the Bassmaster Elite Series. And the one thing that I loved about Morizo is he took something that so many people would look at as a disadvantage, and that's an obvious language barrier, and he spoke to millions of bass fishing fans all around the world. I mean, to this day, I mean, you ask my kids who their favorite Bass Pro is, they'll tell you it's Kevin VanDam, and it should be because he buys them Christmas gifts and stuff like that. But their second favorite Bass Pro is Morizo, and he's always one of my favorites and a highlight when he comes on stage.
So I got asked the question, you know, who is Morizo? What is he to me? And for me, he's that guy that always lights up the room. He's always smiling. We can go to the worst fishery and Morizo's always laughing, smiling, and that's really refreshing because it's easy out here to, you know, get into a negative mood or things like that. And Morizo's one of those guys that's very uplifting. He's always happy. He's always been extremely respectful on the water and off the water. And not to mention, he's really inspiring. You know, I can remember watching when he won at Kentucky Lake, and I wasn't fishing the elites yet, and as a fan, that was awesome to watch, you know, and so hopefully that we get to see a lot more from him in the future.
You know what, I think back at the last few years and growing up, and one angler that sticks out is Morizo, Shimizu, Big Mama. The excitement that he has when he catches a fish, that is what's addicting in the sport of bass fishing. He's done a lot for the sport, not only for international anglers and giving them a chance to have that dream, but also for a lot of anglers to see that excitement, that you can have a lot of excitement in bass fishing and how exciting it is to get that big fish in, or even just that one fish that gets you, you know, the next day. And that's something that you can't fake. That, you know, I think Morizo's the most original kind of guy. He's super cool, he's super easygoing, and you can't fake that. So Morizo, you are one hell of a dude, and we're gonna miss you for sure.
So I went to my first Bassmaster tournament. I think it was 2005, around that time, and it was on Lake Guntersville. You know, I was just getting into bass fishing. I was really excited about them coming to Guntersville, and I remember the first day I went there. You know, the weigh-in was starting, and I was, you know, getting excited, and you know, I didn't really know many of the guys, but Morizo Shimizu that day, he had like the biggest sack, that one of the, you know, biggest sacks of the tournament by far, and he had 30 pounds plus that day. I remember it like it was yesterday, and that really, I mean, that got me excited about fishing. I mean, watching him, they had it playing on the big screen. I remember he was catching 6-pounder after 6-pounder, and that's really when I got into it. I mean, he was like one of the main reasons that, you know, I thought the sport was cool. And you know, I didn't live far from Guntersville, and I started fishing out there all the time. I'm like, I knew there was big fish in the lake, but I'd never seen them like that. So it pretty much got me excited. You know, it really opened up a lot of, you know, in my mind, opportunities, because here's a guy from Japan, comes overseas, he didn't hardly know any English, you know, and he's out here catching 30-pound stringers on Guntersville. So it was an awesome moment, and you know, something that I'll never forget as far as, you know, my first tournament, and you know, him catching all those big fish.
All right, so first let me say, Morizo, you have been an absolute international inspiration for all anglers. Myself, Japanese anglers, anybody around the world that has ever wanted to travel to the United States and be able to try and fish professionally, you've done it. And you've done it with style, you've done it with grace, you've done it with a smile, and without a doubt, you have the greatest personality of any Japanese angler that has ever come to the United States. You've always put a smile on my face and everybody around us. It's been a pleasure fishing with you on the tour out here for all these years. I guess I got to come back to Japan and see you there. But Morizo, you are a class act. Keep up what you're doing in Japan. Keep catching them and keep smiling and having fun.
Hey guys, I'm Aaron Martins, and I'm here to not say goodbye, but you know, Morizo is probably not going to be with us next year. I'm sure he's going to design some awesome baits like he likes to do, and I'd love to do that too, actually. But I've known Morizo a long time. I'm not sure how many years, but it's got to be at least 15 or so. I can't remember. I mean, it was since the days I fished the Western Bassmaster Opens. So Columbia River, we're talking about going. You know, we're going there next year, and he was talking about how we went there together. And I think from the first time I met Morizo, we were friends. Like, Morizo's about as down to earth as you can get, and definitely gonna miss him. Gonna keep in touch with him, but we've been good friends ever since, and I think we'll always be good friends. I'm hoping maybe he designs some really good baits, and they get really popular, and then he gets tired of doing that, and then comes back and fishes with us again. But definitely gonna miss seeing him on tour. Sad, very sad. But I'm sure he's going to go do something better, and maybe we'll go kayaking too again. Go on one of those famous kayak trips that me and Morizo did. But yeah, he's a good friend, and I'll sorely miss him. But I'll see him in Japan. I go to Japan almost every year, so I'll see you there, Morizo, and not everybody else. Sayonara.
Hey Morizo, Mike Iaconelli here. Listen, I can't believe it. I heard you're retiring. I'm in shock. But I want to say congratulations on your retirement. You're an amazing angler. You're an amazing friend. I know you've got a lot of things that you're going to be doing in the next part of your career. Good luck with everything. And Morizo, remember, you got to have me back in Japan so we can film again. Come on. Let's go.
Yeah, I'd like to just say something to Morizo, and it's how much I respect what he's done, coming this far to a completely different country, a completely different culture, where the food's different. You don't know anybody. don't speak the language well. And the courage it takes to do that just amazes me, because I always thought that I loved fishing more than anybody else. But when I looked at Takahiro, Morizo, and even the other Japanese anglers and what they have to do to come over here, it makes me realize that they probably love fishing more than I do. And it's hard to say that about someone else, because I know how much how passionate I am about it. So I will always have tremendous respect for Morizo and Takahiro and all those guys that went to another planet basically to chase their dreams.
We're right here at St. Lawrence, and this will be the last BASS event for Morizo. As I like to say, Morizo Shimasho Kalacho. By far, to me, one of the most classiest, legit Japanese angler to ever come in the country and fish and do what he's done. 2 or 3 things that separates Morizo from everybody else out there is he's never ever hear anything about him. He's always seems like there's never any conflict. He's such a gentleman. He's super professional, but to me, hell of a nice guy, family guy. I would consider Morizo a friend, and you can bet it, Morizo. I don't know when I'll see you again after this one, but you'll damn sure be missed, because I always like seeing you out there and ask you if you had a cigarette.
Morizo, Shimizu, I can't believe you're not going to be here next year, and I hate that. You're a class competitor. You never got in anybody's way. You found your own fish. You're an ultimate sportsman from Japan. You represented your country better than anybody has before you. You're a great fisherman, and I know how brutal the sport can be, and I'm sorry you're gone, but we'll always be friends, and you're welcome to come to Florida and fish with me anytime.
My favorite thing about Morizo Shimizu was I knew that he was the most respectful angler on the Elite Series. He was really good about, watching out for you and not getting in your way, and if you're fishing someplace and you want to come in, you'd have to wave him in and beg him to come in if you wanted him to come over there and fish. So we had a really good he was really easy to work with, out on the water. He's a really good guy.
Hey everybody, Ott DeFoe here. Morizo Shimizu. It's kind of hard for me to say that being from Tennessee, but man, what a great guy. A great angler, a very passionate angler. That's the thing about Morizo that everybody could always see. When he was competing, he was the original Big Mama. So that, his passion that he has for the sport, it's great to see that in your competitors, and a person who always did things the right way, was very honorable on the water, who fished the way that you would want to be fished against. Very, very great guy. Hate to see you go, Morizo, but man, we're going to miss you on the Elite Series. Good luck in the future.
What's up, Morizo? Congratulations on your retirement. Maybe we'll come back and see you next year. That'd be cool. Might want to think about it. But, I have 100% respect for you. I've never had any problems with you on the water. I love the way you fish, and that goes a long way for me. Respect's really big, and I got nothing but respect for you. You got the most infectious laugh I've ever heard in my entire life. We're smoke buddies, and I'll give you one more Big Mama for you.
Man, Morizo Shimizu, he is an awesome angler, and he really elevated the sport. Of course, Japan, international, we're talking, bringing the best anglers in the world here, and he's one of them. We're really going to miss you.
Morizo, where are you going, man? We need you back out here. Remember in Buffalo, New York, the first time I met you, we were staying in that hotel up there, and we drank some wine, and I'm telling you, that is a memory I'll never forget. Big Mama will never forget you. Hope you're not retiring. We heard you are. Come back out. There's plenty for us to do out here. Definitely share another glass of wine. See you, buddy, and good travels no matter where you go.
I hear things along the bass fishing world, and to lose Morizo, he announced his retirement, coming up for the 2019 season, and Morizo to me was he was just an inspiration. You know, every morning he was always laughing, always just a giddy kind of guy, always in good spirits. And when you show up to a ramp and the weather's bad or it's rain or something like that, he was a guy you always look to kind of like pick you up in the spirits and everything. Plus, we drank a lot of red wine together, Morizo. I mean, I know you liked red wine, and I did too. And the thing is, we're going to miss you, buddy. Hopefully, you know, here in the near future, that we'll see you back out here bass fishing. But bass fishing lost a great one to a retirement. But I'm pretty sure he's going back home. There's a lot of fans at home that's going to love to see him, you know, back in his element, and just hopefully one day that I'll have the following that he has at home that I will here in the United States. We love you, Morizo.
Hi, this is Davy Hite, formerly a professional bass fisherman. I fished the Bassmaster Trail for 22 years and was fortunate enough to win a Bassmaster Classic and a couple AOYs, but now I've got a new job. I do the commentary for the Bassmaster.com, the Bass Live show, and also for ESPN too. Morizo was always one of my favorite fishermen, and here's why. As fishermen, we have good days, but we have a lot of bad days. We all have them. I don't care who you are, you have some bad days. And the thing that I remember most and appreciated most about Morizo, he always had a smile and a positive thought or a positive word, and always a laugh. And that means a lot. We're out on the road, we're competing, we're all very focused, and you know, that's our life and livelihood. We're competing against one another. And when you can always have a smile on your face and a positive outlook, that means everything. So Morizo, I appreciate you, brother.
You know, Morizo, somebody I always love to see Morizo, and anywhere, like at the meeting when we first get there, he always, that big smile Morizo always had, I loved it. He's just a great guy, man. Just everybody thinks so much of Morizo. I'm gonna miss seeing him every tournament, every day at every tournament. And always just made you feel good to see him, and always enjoyed covering him on the water. You know, just a lot of energy out there in the boat, and just a cool guy to be around. That I wish we had more like Morizo, and we sure don't need to be losing guys like him. So I'm gonna miss Morizo, and I wish him well. And I'd like to watch his show if he can figure out how to get it to me. But we're gonna miss you, Morizo. Thanks for all the memories.
Morizo, I'm gonna miss you. I will never forget, long before I met you, the tournament at Guntersville, when you were catching those big mamas out on Pine Island. That was something I will never forget. And the excitement that you always, you know, had, you know, every day you were always in a good mood, and you love catching fish as much as anybody I've ever seen, and I'm gonna miss you.
Well, it's one of my best buddies' last Bassmaster event. I've known him for 18 years, Morizo's son. You know, we've been through a lot together. We've, you know, he's really been an innovator in the fishing industry internationally and in the U.S. Obviously, he's won a Bassmaster Elite Series, one of my best friends. You know, I know it's not going to be the last time I see you, but you know, you've done well, and you've been a great friend to me, and congratulations on a great career.
So I just heard some sad news that Morizo is not going to be fishing next year, and very disappointing. I absolutely love Morizo. I met him back in about 2000 with all the Western tournaments. I grew up in California. He came out there and fished, so you can't help but to hear him laugh. It's the most infectious laugh out of anybody, and I will miss that. I am going to miss Morizo. He's been such a good friend for almost 20 years now, and sad to see him not coming back out here.
Hey, I'll always remember Morizo for Big Mama and his contagious laugh, man. The guy was always in good spirits. And Morizo, if you're watching this, I wish you the best in retirement. I know you're gonna have a fun time, and maybe one of these days I can visit you in Japan.
You know, the one thing that Morizo was to all of us fishing, you know, it's going to be hard. He had been here my whole entire career at the Bassmaster Elites, and first thing I'm going to say off the board, he's totally going to be missed. It really hurt my feelings. He gave me a hug at the last regular season event, and it really hurts my feelings that he's not going to be here. But what he was to all of us, he was the happiest Elite Series angler that I've ever been around. Always had a smile on his face, always laughing.
You know, in the Bassmaster Elite Series, when you're out practicing, you're in the tournament, you run into guys, and you know, sometimes you see guys that are smiling, laughing, but they're hot and cold. You know, but Morizo was one of those guys where no matter if you see him during practice, at the store, during the tournament, whether he was leading the tournament or in last place, he was always smiling and laughing, and that, you know, that put off a vibe on everybody else, and you couldn't help to get in the same mood whenever you're around him. You know, great guy, and sad to see him leave the Elite Series.
Hey Morizo, Brent Chapman here, one of your fellow competitors out here on the Bassmaster Elite Series trail. I gotta say, congrats on your retirement, but I'm sure deep down inside you'd love to be back out here fishing with us, so I'd love to encourage you to get back out here because it's what you love. It's the sport that you love and know, and now's a great time to get back out here and keep competing. You know, I didn't get a chance to have many conversations with you out there on the tournament trail because my Japanese is not as good as your English, and we know how not very good your English was, but there's one thing I always remember about you. You always had a big smile on your face and always laughing, and we'll never forget Big Mama for sure. So it's been great having you out here. We hope to see you again, and take care and enjoy.
Man, Morizo, he's one of the greatest anglers, a great person, not to mention a fierce competitor, but always smiling, always happy, always positive. You know, and I've had some bad days on the water, and I know he has too, and it's, if I'm having a bad day and you go near Morizo and he's having a bad day, he turns it around and makes it a good day, you know what I mean? He's always smiling, just, oh no, not good, no, and just happy, and or if he's catching him, I got Big Mama. He's just a fun guy to be around, and you know, he's sure going to be missed. I think of Morizo, his family, you know, just a great dude. So I'm very blessed to have known Morizo pretty well.
Morizo, we're going to miss you, buddy. Nobody will ever, ever, ever replace your laugh.
What's going on, guys? Chad Pipkins here. I'm at the AOI Championship. Morizo Shimizu. When I hear that word, one thing comes to mind. It's happy, fun, outgoing. That's what he's all about, man. Everybody knows, great guy to be around, and you know, I try to keep that same attitude all the time, and it's because of guys like him that, you know, people love positivity, and thanks for doing what you do, man. We'll miss you.
Hey Morizo, sorry to hear about your retirement. We're going to miss you very much. Wish you the best of luck with your career in the future, and I'm going to miss you very much. You're my good friend. Always enjoyed seeing you, hanging out with you. Always great for good laughs, and it's not going to be the same without you. Good luck, my friend.
Morizo Shimizu, #1 Japanese bass fisherman. Dean Rojas here. It's been an absolute joy. I always respected you because of you traveled the big pond, they call it, back and forth to come fish with us here in the U.S. in the Bassmaster. You're inspiring, love your enthusiasm, love Big Mama, always all that great stuff. But more importantly, always a smile on Morizo Shimizu's face. You're going to be missed, and I look forward to seeing you one day in Japan, and hopefully our paths will cross soon. Good luck with the retirement, Morizo.
Morizo, amazing angler. I mean, gosh, he's one of those guys, he traveled further than I did to every single event, and you know, who could ever forget Big Mama? I mean, we'll never ever forget that tournament. So, Morizo, sorry to see you go. I understand. Hopefully you'll come back soon.
Hi, this is Roy Hawk. I just want to say a couple things about Morizo. You know, I've looked up for him for many years, and you know, his commitment and dedication to bass fishing, and being able to travel from Japan and here, and you know, we complain about traveling from the west to fish the east, but man, he's gone a lot more miles and has a lot more time in the air and on land than I do. And it's an inspiration, all the years that he put into it, and we're going to surely miss him. And hopefully we can get him to come out to the U.S. Open once in a while and say hi and pick on us a little bit. And love you, Morizo, and look forward to seeing you down the road.
Hello, I'm John Morrow. Morizo is leaving us here in the United States to go back to Japan. And you know, I met Morizo in the year 2000 at the Japan Bass Pro tournament here at Lake Mead. And since that day, he beat me. He got first place and I got second place. So that was our first introduction. Morizo has been a good friend ever since. He's a great guy. He's very honest. And you know, I consider him a very, very good friend. And you know, it's gonna be very sad to see him go because, you know, everybody likes Morizo. Nobody does not like Morizo. And he's probably one of the funnest guys to be around, always laughing, always smiling, great for his sponsors. And again, he's a very close friend of mine, and I'm very happy I got to meet him.
How's it going? I'm Sean Bailey, Evergreen International, here at the 2018 One Bass US Open on Lake Mead. This is a prestigious tournament. I love that Morizo comes out and fishes it. He won the Japan Bass here years ago, and he's always a threat here on Lake Mead. He always catches big ones somehow, and this week was a little tough for me, a little tough for Morizo, but he's a great guy. He's one of my favorite guys. I've known him for about 10 years now. Always smiling, always happy, no matter if he does good or bad. He's just one of those good guys that'll do anything for you to help you out. Great lure designer, great fisherman, just all around great guy.
Yeah, so Morizo, you know, back when the Elites first started, he was one of the guys that I kind of, you know, we were staying at the same hotel, and right away, man, the guy's always smiling, always happy. You know, Bass knows him, of course, for Big Mama when he won at Kentucky Lake. I'll never forget that tournament. I actually stayed and watched the weigh-in, and so that was really cool. And he's got a great family. I wish him all the success, and I'm going to come see him at Lake Biwa. I promise you that. I got an invite. I just haven't followed up.
Hi Morizo, Chris Zaldane here. Just wanted to say we love you, man. Man, I'll tell you what, when I was younger, I remember watching you win the tournament on Guntersville, and everyone knows you as Big Mama, but man, I love your passion. I love the smile on your face. Everything is happy, happy, happy to you, and I absolutely love that. In a sport full of guys that are always complaining, you are always smiling, you're always happy, and I thank you for that. So good luck with retirement. You're big in Japan. I've been to Japan, you're big there, and you're really big in the United States. So good luck with everything, and we will see you later.
Hey Morizo, it's John Murray. Just wanted to tell you what a pleasure it's been fishing against you all these years on tour. I think you're one of the longest lasting guys I've known on tour. I mean, we both started on the Elite Series at the same time and before we fished. The thing I think about Morizo, I just think a class act. The guy's always done nothing but the right way of fishing, does his own thing. He can watch you catch a fish and he doesn't come in on you, and I've always appreciated that about you. And he has his own style. He likes to fish certain ways, and it's not like I like to fish, so that's sort of good. But we've had good times over the years, and I appreciate all the friendship you've had, and you know, just one of my many Japanese friends, and I just wish you all the best in the future.